how to create shadows, and then how to save your document so that I can grade it. So let's go back to one of my projects. I'm going to pretend I want to create a shadow for this elephant. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the layer with the elephant. And then I'm going to right click to duplicate the layers. And then I'm going to say, okay. So now I have a layer that is the elephant, and then I have a layer that is going to be the shadow. Okay, so now I've got two elephants. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it underneath. And I'm going to view, zoom out, so I see a little more of it on the screen. If I want, remember, you can flip things, you can make things different, angles, okay? Let me go ahead and move this up so it might be easier for you to see. So let's say he was here. I'm going to put this here, okay? So the first thing I think I'm going to do is change the angle of the shadow. So I'm going to go to Image, I'm going to go to Transform and Perspective. And then I can pull it out a different way, okay? Or I can just slide it to the side, okay? There's all sorts of things that you can do. You can just play around with it until you like how you want it to go, okay? I think that's not how I want it to go. I think let's try Image, Transform, Distort. Let's see if we can pull it this way. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to want to do. I think I'm going to distort it this way. And then I'm going to say, okay. All right. Now, the shadow looks like it's the same color as the elephant. And different shadows are going to be different sizes, different directions. But I sort of want, I think, mine to be pretty consistent with the direction of the shadows in the picture. So maybe I might want to even pull it down this way. Okay? But when you're happy with your shadow and the way you want your shadow to go, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to enhance. I'm going to change the colors. So I'm going to go to Lighting, Brightness, Contrast. Okay? So I want this to be much darker. Okay? And I could up the contrast or lower it, but I usually do it until it gets to be pretty dark. And then I go ahead and I change the opacity so it's sort of transparent so that you can see the background underneath, okay? And then you can position it however works well for you. So you can keep sort of the same shape, you can change it up, but that's how I added my shadow. And then your shadow's another layer that can count toward your grade or one of the or as one of your 10 original layers. Once you're done with the entire project, you are going to save it a second time. So obviously you're going to save it the way you've been saving it all along, but I'm going to want you to save it again as a JPEG when you're done. So when you're totally complete, you're going to say File, Save As, okay? You are going to go to your class folder. So for example, I'm going to go to the gold class, and in the gold class, there should be a folder that says Finished Mashups. So every class has a folder that says Finished Mashups. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to call this Amy Kakuzzi Finished Mashup, just for consistency. And then I'm going to save it as a JPEG. There's two JPEGs. I'm going to change it to the top JPEG, and I'm going to say Save, and then I'm going to say OK. So that's how you add shadows in and how you also save it as a JPEG to finish it up.